Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today is a full face of e.l.f. except my eyebrows. I, for some reason, don't have e.l.f. products there, but I have a whole bunch of stuff. So let's get started. So I think I'm going to start with my eyes first because I have two eye palettes here. I've got this one in Hot Jalapeno and then this one in Carnival Candy. Oh Christ. And I'm not sure if there's going to be any fallout, so I'd rather just start with my eyes first. I ended up getting the putty primer in Rose because that's all that was left really. The lighter shade wasn't available. So I've got the e.l.f. putty primer for like the face and I really liked that one, so I thought I'd give this a whirl. So that's how it looks. I mean, it seems light enough. And I'm just going to use my brush and just apply that pretty much all over my lid. It's actually a really good colour to cancel out my discoloration. Not weighing it. Okay, so from the get-go, I really like how that's sitting on my skin. Now, eyeshadow time. I'm a bit torn. I really want to use this blue. In this palette, but I really like the greens in this one. Actually, I might just use the green palette. I'll save the blue one for another time. Now, I've never used e.l.f. shadows before, so I don't know how this is gonna go. But I think first I might go in with the lighter shade first and take that all up into my crease. So, ooh, that's pigmented. Okay. So I'm just blending. Seems to be blending quite well. Okay, so that's how it's looking. I'd have to go in a few times to get this, but I'm not too fussed about that because I'd rather be able to build it up slowly. So that's, I think, a good base. Now I'll go in with that darker shade, the darker green, on a smaller, fluffier brush. And let's use this to darken the outer corner and the outer crease as well. That's a really nice green. I'm going to use that brush that I used the first shade with just to blend out the edges. Not bad. Okay, so far I'm really liking the shadows and there's been no fallout. So next I'm going to go in with this shimmer shade right here. And I'm going to grab that on a brush, see how we go with like just a dry brush. I'm going to apply that all over my lid. Wow, that's such a beautiful colour. It's like a khaki limey green. It's really nice. That's stunning. I really like that a lot actually. Just blending out the edges here. I might take that first green that we used and just place it here where the darker green and that shimmer green meet. Just for a bit more of a, like a seamless blend. They're blending really well on top of each other as well. That is gorgeous. I just want to see if I use my finger. A little bit more shimmery. What do you guys think? Really nice. I'll use my finger on this eye, probably get a better indication. No, it's relatively the same, which I mean is really good. This is such a beautiful shade of green. Really like it. Again, just softening out these edges here. And then using that first shade that we used just here to merge them all together. Okay, I'm gonna leave this goldy green just until last because I want to finish off my face, then I'll finish off my eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna use the putty primer. This is a really good primer, I use it quite often actually. So I just use my finger and I apply it to any places where I feel like I'm a bit more porous. So usually like around my nose, the tops of my cheeks, like right here. This is actually also a really good dupe for that Toucher one. I can't remember the name now though, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I've placed that. Foundation. I bought the Flawless Finish foundation in the shade Vanilla. This is an oil-free satin finish. It says apply a small amount starting at the center of the face and blend outwards using fingertips, a sponge or foundation brush. Layer as needed for more coverage. I did get a sponge from e.l.f. as well, so let's give that a whirl. It's so squishy. I'm going to wet this now. Okay, so it grew a little bit. Let's pump some of the foundation I think it should be a good colour. I'll do half my face with a sponge and half with a brush. That's really nice coverage. I'm avoiding my under eye area because I'm going to put concealer on. That's really nice. I'm just going to pump out a bit more and I'll do my forehead. The sponge is not bad either. It's a sponge. Let me build up around my nose. It's quite a dense sponge. So that's that foundation on half my face. I really like that. Let's do the other half with a brush. It seems to be blending fine with the brush. If anything, I feel like I got the same coverage with the little amount of foundation that I had left over on my hand. Hasn't seeped into any of my pores. It's covered pretty well. This is the texture on my skin. I actually really like that. That's a really nice foundation. Doesn't feel heavy, doesn't feel cakey at all. Okay, for concealer, I've got the 16 Hour Camera Concealer. This is one I've had and used for a while, so I already know I like it. It's quite good, really full coverage. And I'll apply a little bit here and here, just to brighten up the center of my face. And then I'm just gonna blend it out. This is also a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, actually. And I also find it a little bit better. It's not as drying as that one. Like, you still get the full coverage, but it's not crusty looking. I feel like the Tarte Shape Tape, it can get really crusty looking. Whereas this one, I really haven't had an issue. I'm just gonna use my sponge underneath my eyes. Okay, before I set my face, I'm gonna use these two right here. So this one's the Radiant Bronze Monochrome, I can't read, Monochromatic Multi-Stick, and this one is a Sparkling Rose in the same thing. And how cute. It's pretty tiny, and that's how it looks. Let's try it on the back of my hand. I think that should be a good bronzing colour. I'm just going to use that as a cream bronzer. I might just apply it on my face, and I'll just use my foundation brush to blend it out. I think I can do a lot more. It's really easy to blend out as well. That's really nice. I really like that. I think I'd like it more on a more neutral day, like a barely there makeup day, but that's really nice. Really like that, and it adds like a really nice glow to the skin. So let's try the Sparkling Rose colour. This will be the blush. I'll show you on the back of my hand. These are really sheer too. They're not too pigmented, so you can't really accidentally apply too much, which is a good thing. I might actually take this kind of across my nose too. That looks really scary, doesn't it? That's a really good shade for like a sun-kissed kind of glow. The shade I used underneath my eyes, the concealer, is a little bit too light, but I'm hoping the powder will help that, which is the Sheer Skin Tint Powder. I got the shade Fair Light. Ooh, really nice packaging. And you get a puff, powder puff, and that's the powder there. I'm not going to use a puff. But what I will do is, oh, you can get a mirror too. I'll take some of that underneath my eyes to set. So this just will add a little bit more coverage as well. And then I'll apply a little bit to the rest of my face, just to set everything. I'm kind of really liking that. Oh no, I forgot I also got these two. So these are the liquid shadows. This one is in Dirty Martini and this one's in Black Magic. Damn, that's alright. I'll figure out a way to use those. I also got this right here It's a little face duo in coconut. It's got a bronzer and a highlighter. So I'm just going to use both. Oof. Uh-oh. The bronzer seems really tinted. Okay. See how, oh. Shit. Up. Okay, let me just apply that to the places where I want to bronze. And then we'll blend it out. I mean, it's blending reasonably well, really easy to blend. Yeah, that was really easy to blend. It blended out quite well. Doesn't look as ridiculous. Nice. And then we'll try the highlighter. Hopefully this isn't too dark on my skin. It's a really like chunky glitter kind of highlighter. Can you guys see that? And it's not dark, it's not too dark for my skin. I'm gonna try and use my fingers for my nose. You know, actually, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the Fenty Diamond one. You know how it's really glittery, but it's got like a kind of a clear base? I kind of get that vibe from this, like especially on my nose. Okay, let's finish off the eyes. So I'm gonna go back in and I'll start with the dark brown, the dark green first. And I'll take that all the way underneath, smoking that under there. Then I'll take the lighter green and use that to really smoke out that darker green. Really like that. Damn, Elf. And these were like really affordable too. 9. So I'm finally going to use this shade right here. And I'm going to put that on my inner corner. Wow. That's actually amazing. I'm going to take it on the inner part of my lid. I'm going to leave this bit here for the liquid shadow, so we can try that out. That's beautiful. I really like that. Alright, I'm going to take Dirty Martini. I'm going to take that under on my lower lash line, and I'll just soften out the edges with my brush. It's kind of like a topper, I think. Can you guys see that? Let me put it out here. And I'll just use my finger to blend that out. Yeah. Definitely more of like a topper. It's still really, really nice. So far I'm really loving the eyes. The green is really nice and the shadows have really blown me away actually. So I've got mascara here. This is a 3-in-1 mascara, very black. So, cool wand. So this is before and this is after. It's not the best mascara, it's quite like wet and runny. I wouldn't entirely recommend it because there's better mascaras out there that are better at really giving me volume and thickness. I mean, it's lengthened my lashes, but nothing amazing or to like write home about. And I'm not going to put false lashes because I don't actually have false lashes from e.l.f. So it wouldn't be a full face then, would it? Oh, well, who knows. And lastly, I got the Lip Plumping Gloss by e.l.f. as well, in the shade Praline. So let's see how that goes. This is the applicator. It's got like a slant on it. Nice colour. This is definitely something I'll be wearing every day. Feels so weird not applying at least lip liner. Usually I always apply lip liner. That's a really nice shade. Ooh. Starting to feel the plumping effects, but it's not like really strong. It's quite subtle, but you can feel it. I love that gloss. That's a really nice gloss. Okay, I didn't get setting powder, but that is everything I got. There you have it. There's the full face of e.l.f. I really like it. I love the foundation. I love the eye palette. The eye palette was amazing. Mascara, not so much. The liquid shadows are really nice as toppers. Yes, as an everyday gloss, for sure, I would recommend that. These, if you're into like light no makeup days, these might be really good for you. I like them, but if you like a more stronger kind of product, I wouldn't recommend that for you. Ooh. The Face Duo, really, you know what, really good. It blended out really easily, even though it was so pigmented, but like it was fine. I really like that, and it's really cute because you can even put it in your bag. The concealer, I use it all the time, so I like that. Same with the putty primer, Poreless Putty Primer. It's a really nice texture too. It doesn't feel like silicone-y or anything like that. So far, I really like the primer, the eye primer as well. And the powder is a powder in my eyes. It didn't do anything weird, so for me, I would recommend that as well. And I think that's it. That's all. That's a full face of e.l.f. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.